we have around, I believe, 15 students. We have a really great program today, and it's a very full program. So let's start without being too late. Hi everyone. This is Hande. I'm today's host for our YCAP meeting with Turkish American TV. From Turkish American TV, we have amazing crew, Hurriyet Bey, Tuba, Özge, and Courtney. They will explain more about what Turkish American TV does. I won't go into detail of that. I give the floor to, I believe, Tuba, who is the Director of Public Relations, correct, Tuba? And she will talk to, give a brief presentation of Turkish American TV. Tuba, floor is yours. Thank you.
Thanks, Hande. First of all, everyone, welcome to this Zoom call today. Young Cultural Ambassadors, program students, coordinators, and Turkish American TV team members. We are very excited to learn more about this year's participants in YCAP and also provide you some information on Turkish American TV. I will first start with a brief introduction to Turkish American TV. TATV was founded in 2005. We are celebrating our 15th year anniversary this year. We are an all-volunteer organization. Our programs are aired throughout the Washington, D.C. area. And our production facility is Fairfax Public Access in Fairfax, Virginia. We mainly focus on programs on arts, culture, music, dance, education, health, science, and technology. You can find our programs on our website, and also you can follow us on social media through our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. We have been hosting participants of YCAP for the past couple of years, and we used to have our meetup in Fairfax Public Access Studios. We used to start with a tour of our production facility and then interview with some of the participants. But this year we had to switch to a virtual meeting because of the pandemic. So let's start with brief introductions to everyone on the call today. Maybe we can start with TATV team first and then continue with YCAP coordinators and then the participants.
Thank you. I will actually introduce myself in that case. My name is Hurriyet. I am the producer of the Turkish American Television. I welcome you all to today's session. This is our third meeting with the Young Cultural Ambassadors. And unfortunately, we are not physically together. We would love to have you in our studio one day if you are interested when everything is back to normal. I am gonna briefly talk about the history of Turkish American TV. Although Tuba mentioned, we established this program or what we call the community TV program in 2005. Our base is Fairfax Public Access in Mosaic District in Virginia. And the purpose of the community TV or public access TV is to provide another voice to the community. It's slightly different than the mainstream media. And so it gives a different perspective from the community. That's our take. Although our name is Turkish American Television, we like to cover anything that would be interest to our community. Our community being, of course, the Washington, D.C. area, but with the possibility of reaching out through social media, we also try to make us relevant to the whole North America, United States and Canada as well. English-speaking part of the North America. We also have a lot of followers from Turkey because they are curious about what's happening here in terms of some of the cultural events, in terms of some of the activities. We are not a news media. We are literally a cultural, like yourself now is part of the at the DC festivals and the concerts and of course some of the lifestyle examples. That's our coverage so far, and we are also affiliated with some of the organizations, Atadisi being one of them, and some other organizations. We also try to cover some of the educational and scientific and technology part of what's going on, because we have a big presence of professionals in that field, in those fields as well. Science, technology, medicine, we try to include them as well. With that, I would like to quickly pass to our the next person in line, and maybe Özge, you want to take over?
Okay, let me unmute myself. Hello, everybody. I'll try to keep it short so that we can know everybody here. My name is Özge Övün Sert. I'm originally from Izmit in Turkey, and I migrated to the United States in 2002. I graduated from Marmara University School of Communications, Radio, TV, and then I worked for Voice of America for over 10 years. And in the meantime, I started working with Hurriyet for Turkish American television here as a local channel. And we've been doing lots of Turkish and English programming together. And I also kind of represent ATADC as well. I'm also a member of the board at ATADC, and I'm welcoming all of you guys.
Hi, following. My name is Courtney. I'm one of the other program hosts for Turkish American Television. I have joined Turkish American Television about 1.5 years ago, and it's been quite the 1.5 years. We do so many interesting segments. What's that?
I'm sorry, it's my fault. I thought I was
So we do so many interesting segments, and you guys will get to know those even more throughout today's presentation and with working with us. But we cover all sorts of topics. I went to Wellesley College, an all-women's college in the Northeast United States, and studied communications. I got a master's in journalism from Harvard, and my full-time career is in marketing and healthcare marketing. So I'm super excited to have this opportunity to volunteer and use my journalism skills and get to know you guys even better.
I believe this is all from Turkish American TV. Yep. Tuba, do you want to give a few more information about yourself as well?
Yep, sure. Again, I joined the Turkish American TV in 2013, and I'm the public relations director. I am an electrical engineer. I recently finished my PhD at Virginia Tech. So just a little bit more information about myself. Maybe we can continue with Sıtkı.
Sure, actually, yeah, they know me and I know them already. My name is Sıtkı Kazancı. I am the current president of the ATADC.
Just to add that Sıtkı and I started taking producer classes together. So we started it together. I must emphasize on that.
Yeah.
Yep, hope I'm not missing anyone. Hande and Mina, you the students already know you too. Then maybe we can continue with the students. With
the participants. Let's do that. Perhaps maybe you can call people by their alphabetical order on the participant list.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call with the Zoom order. So maybe Sandra, we can start with you. If you can give us a little bit information about yourself and which school you go to and those kind of information. Yeah.
I'm Sandra Garcia, and I'm actually originally from Turkey. I'm from Istanbul. And I moved here to Illinois, and I go to Glenwood High School here. And some of the things I like to do are business and like, you know, of course, changing, like lots of I like influencing people. Like that's like things I like to do. And I read a lot about it. And well, yeah, that's me.
Thank you. Dila Bostancı.
Hi, my name is Dila Bostancı. I'm a junior in high school. I live in Washington State and I go to the Bear Creek School. I'm really into volunteerism and community service, so I'm really excited to be a part of this meeting and a cultural ambassador.
Thanks, Dila. Eren, maybe we can continue with you now.
Hi, my name is Eden. I'm a freshman. I live in New Jersey. I like to volunteer and I like to run.
Cannot see you, Aaron.
Oh, wait. Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit more. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Defne Aslan.
Hi, I'm a senior in high school, and I moved here from Ankara in 3rd grade. And my dad is from Kayseri, and my mom is from Ankara too, from Konya, sorry. And I remember participating. Like, I remember going to the Turkish American TV event last year, and it was really fun. So I'm excited to learn more about it today.
That's nice to hear. Thanks, Defne. The next, Seyhan.
My name is Dennis Sehan. I'm a freshman in Westfield High School in Virginia. Out the community and just learning more about Turkish Americans living in America. So I joined the YCAP program.
Thank you. And Zeynep Hoca.
Hi, I'm Zeynep. I'm from Ankara originally. I moved here in 2008 with my parents. I'm from Connecticut and I'm really interested in learning about Turkey and getting more background information on my culture.
Thanks, Zeynep. Ekin?
Hi, I'm Ekin. I'm a junior. I'm from Denver, Colorado. I was born here, but both my parents are from Istanbul. And I'm just excited to learn more about my culture and volunteer opportunities.
Thanks, Ekin. John?
Hello, my name is John Kanalı. I am from Maryland. My parents are from Istanbul. And I'm very interested in international relations and politics. So I thought this program would be perfect for that. And so far, it's been very interesting. All the discussions we've had and the sessions that we have had in the past.
Thanks, John. Pelin?
Hi, I'm in Gaithersburg, Maryland. I go to Quince Orchard High School. I'm a junior this year. This is my first year with YCAP, so I'm excited to see how it all plans out.
Thanks, Pelin. Dila?
Hi, I'm Dila and I'm a freshman. I was born in Istanbul, but I'm from Virginia. And I can't wait to learn more about Turkish American TV.
Thank you, Dila. Necati? Yeah, I think there's a problem with the audio, Necati. We cannot hear you now. So maybe we can continue with Zain while Necati is getting back online. Zain, are you there?
Yeah, sorry. I'm a sophomore in high school. I go to Manheim Township. I live in Pennsylvania, and this is my first year in the program, so I'm really excited to learn.
Thank you. Necati, maybe we can try again now.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Necati. I am from Fairfax, Virginia, and I go to Flint Hill School, which is in Oakton, Virginia. My parents are from Bursa and Istanbul, and I originally chose to participate in this program because I'm really interested in Turkish history and politics, and thought that this would be a good way to further my knowledge on it. So yeah, I'm excited to learn more.
Thank you. Nava?
Hi, I'm a senior at Manheim Township High School in Pennsylvania, and I'm really interested in global studies, so that's why I joined the program. But I'm not like Turkish.
Thank you. Alia?
Hi, I'm Alia. I live in Washington State. I'm a senior in high school. I go to Interlake High School. And yeah, I'm just excited to learn more about Turkish American TV. Because I believe I also got interviewed by you guys, I think.
Yep, I remember you from One Child, One Computer. Yeah, the fundraising event. So that's nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you all.
Thank you. Ella?
Hi, I'm a sophomore. I live in Virginia, and this is my first year in the YCAP program. So yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you. Damla?
Hi, I'm Damla. I'm a junior in high school from Arlington, Virginia. And I want to join the program because I want to meet more Turkish Americans.
Thanks, Damla. Selin?
Hi, my name is Sidin, and I'm a freshman in South Dakota. I go to Harrisburg, and I'm originally from Turkey, so I was born in Ankara. And I joined this program because I wanted to learn a lot about my culture, because here in South Dakota, there's not very many immigrants or people who come from another culture, except from people who are from Norway, Iceland, and places like that. So, yeah.
All right. Thank you all. Hope I didn't miss any participants. I think that was all who are joining the call. Now we can continue with, I believe, Hurriyet, you're going to talk about the public access TV and radio using FPA, right? We can continue with that.
Tuba, Mina, right? Mina, did you introduce yourself?
Okay, I guess I can introduce myself too. So hi, I'm Mina, and I live in Fairfax, Virginia. I'm a sophomore at Thomas Jefferson High School, and this is my first year being involved in the YCAP program, and I'm also coordinating it this year. So and the past few events have been really fun. So I'm looking forward to more of them and learning more about Turkish culture and Turkish Americans and other stuff like that.
Thanks, Mina. Sorry, I missed you. So yeah, we can continue now since everyone introduced themselves.
Tuba, I mentioned about the public TV during my own introduction. I took the time, and so my suggestion maybe Özge can talk about some of the programs, and then also Courtney talk about our youth involvement in the Teens Dream area. That's my suggestion.
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay, well, I would like to talk about in media in general in the United States, because I believe Hurriyet kind of explained everything, how we produce our programs, and but I would like to emphasize the importance of media, especially during these different and hard times while we are quarantining ourselves at home and going through an election, which is very important. Basically, I believe in today's world, media became as essential as our daily needs. And obviously, media is playing an outstanding role in creating and shaping of public opinion, and also strengthening the societies we live in. Media acts as a watchdog to protect the public interest and create public awareness in every different aspects, whether it's politics, whether it's health, like during this pandemic we can see it, whether it's an emergency crisis like earthquakes, wildfires. So we need to get our news from reliable media sources. And especially for new generation, I think they call it Gen Z, it's so crucial to understand the importance of media, especially you guys are so much into social media besides conventional media. And I believe lots of you guys getting your news from social media as opposed to us getting it from radio, newspaper, or those kind of conventional media sources. So at this point, fact checking becomes a very important tool for you guys to understand and know the reliability of the source, right? So conventional media keeps fact checking, and they keep the balance of democracies and fundamentals of these societies. Let's give an example. So basically, we are going through a very, very important. We will elect the next leader of this country, not only this country, actually, the whole world. And during this period, it's very vital to inform voters with true and accurate, to the point news reports and articles. I don't know if you guys watched, a couple of days ago, there was a presidential debate on TV. And, while those two candidates are answering questions, they made some claims against each other or other important topics. And what we could see was during the live stream of the TV debate, all the TV networks and experts simultaneously did fact checking, on what the president said or what the other candidates said. So by doing that, we, the voters, were able to know if what was said it was just a false claim, false news. So again, you guys exposed to lots of false news, unfortunately, and they call it alternative facts nowadays. So as opposed to us, old generations, you need to gain skills and capacity to differentiate true information from false claims. And sometimes these claims are like very intentionally distorted facts, right? And in order to gain those skills to differentiate these factual errors, you will need to rely on conventional media, which is newspapers and TV networks and all those stuff like Turkish American TV. So as a journalist, and if one of you or any of you guys want to become a journalist, it's a very, very honorable job, but it's not easy. It's hard. But media is so crucial for all democratic societies, and also all the other societies if they want to bring democracy in their countries, as well as in Turkey, of course. So please, you guys need to join the conversation, keep volunteering, be responsible and active citizens in your lives. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Piggybacking on that, again, I'm Courtney Clark, and I think I was expressing to the Turkish American television at their recent anniversary. I couldn't attend in person, so I created this video where I talked about why it was important to me being a part of Turkish American television. And it's because we cover topics, to Ozga's point, like letting people know different points of view, different things happening so that they can make educated decisions in their lives. But some of the topics we cover are the environment and things like that, as well as cooking and sports and other avenues. So just a show of hands, you guys, you're Generation Z, right? Is that Is that your official generation? So I'm 1980, so I'm on this weird cusp between millennial and Gen X. But I was a big time activist when I was in high school. How many of you would consider yourselves activists? Okay, a few of you. How many of you really care about the environment? Like that's a priority point for you in your generation? Raise your hand. So it's interesting. When I was your age, I would say maybe one hand would raise maybe for the environment. And that's one of the most exciting things that's happening now and that Turkish American TV can help you guys with is provide that voice for you guys and for the teens. So we work with this group called the Eco Teens Action Group or Teens Dream. And we work with youth from around the world to create videos and presentations and also to work in their schools and in their communities to raise awareness about environmental issues. And Turkish American TV covers these events and covers these issues, and we broadcast that out to a wide audience. So that's one way that we're really excited to work with you guys as you work on the issues that are important to you, whether it's the environment or other issues, social issues. We can help you get your voice out there, and we want to help not only teach, but we can train and get you comfortable. So I think we're about to enter a segment where we're going to ask you guys, a couple of you, a few questions and kind of get you used to what that, well, because right now everything's turned virtual because we're in this new era for who knows how much longer. So we're going to get you kind of used to what that would look like in the Zoom platform. So I'll let Özge, I guess it's your turn to take it away with questions.
Courtney, Özge, may I come in very quickly? Özgeciğim, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention in the beginning that with TATV, every year we bring, you know, our YCAs, Young Cultural Ambassadors, to their studio, have a tour, and then later on we have an actual TV interview with them and turn that interview into a short video. So we're trying to do, you know, something similar here, and this, you know, segments from this today's meeting might turn into that interview that we give to our YCA cohort every year. So Özgeciğim, floor is back again yours.
Thank you, Hande. So for my question, maybe I can select one female, one male student so that we'll have different voices. Let me ask you a question first. So here in the United States, we are living in a very diverse society, and you guys are being exposed to very different cultures and, you know, experiences. And, you know, because of this, you need to be open to dialogue and tolerance in your life. So based on these values, I would ask, what were your takeaways from this program? Like, did you learn new things about Turkish culture, or, you know, different cultures in general, or, you know, what was the highlight of this program for you? I know you're not, let me see my screen and pick my victim.
Someone want to raise their hand and try and answer? Is there anyone that wants to answer that?
Yeah, sure, please. Yeah, please. First, let's ask for volunteers. Like, what's really get you excited? Like, oh, wow, yeah, is that true? Is that real? Or those kind of moments, you know. Thinking? Okay. How about Dila? Dila, Arat, you want to answer the question?
Yeah, sure. The highlights of this program would be just learning about new things. Like we learned about a study abroad program, and we learned about civil management. And I think those things really impacted my future, and I can use them when I'm older.
That's cool. What do you want to be when you're older?
Maybe a lawyer.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, that was my second choice. If I wasn't going to the, you know, School of Communications, law was my second choice. Good. How about I want to see Denix Serhan.
Like during this YCAP meetings, we learned a lot about conflict management and things that we can really take away and use in our own lives. And it's really interesting learning about those things.
Yes. In your work life as well. In the office, there are lots of conflict resolution. So good that that was your takeaway. John, you want to answer the question?
What I thought was very interesting was learning about the importance of grassroots engagement. So contacting your representatives. I realized how easy and accessible it is compared to what I thought before.
Yeah, that's good. Yes, definitely. Yeah, even as adults, we are not aware of that. So it's good to learn it in high school. Okay, I think I can pass it to you, Courtney.
That was a really great question. So I'm going to pick out a few people and just ask you questions based on your introductions. But piggybacking on that topic, Celine Sinkan, I'm sorry if I butchered your last name, from South Dakota. You talked about, I thought it was really interesting how there aren't many Turkish people, or really many, it's not, I guess your area really doesn't have a lot of diversity. And so how do you speak to others about Turkish culture and about bringing diversity to your community?
There's not a lot of ways that you can do it because many people don't come here. Like, it's generally like people who came here, like their grandparents came here from a different country. So they as a family, they've assimilated and they've acculturated themselves to the American culture, I guess you could say. But I do have some friends who are from different cultures and I can talk to them about things and we can compare like our cultures. So like I have a friend who was born in Iceland and she moved here when she was, I think, 1 year old. And so we can be like, oh, like our parents came here and then like we were born in other countries and like how was it to come here and like assimilate to a new country that we moved to? Yeah.
Do you get any questions from other students? Like, do people ask about your culture? Do they wonder anything more about Turkey or where you're from? Or is it pretty much just between you and your friends that you guys talk about that?
People do wonder quite a lot because it's like a new thing to them. They don't know about it. So they're like, oh, like, what's it like? And generally it's pretty fun explaining, but I don't know much about my culture because I've lived here for a good 2/3 of my life. So that's a big reason of why I joined the program as well, to be able to learn more about my culture so I can teach others about it.
Yeah, and it sounds like that's a sentiment that a lot of you share on here. So that's a great connecting point for you all to stay in touch and be able to help each other learn and grow. Thank you for that. My next question is for Dila Bostanci. Again, I'm so sorry if I've mispronounced your name. You talked about, how do you say your name?
It's pronounced Dila Bostancı.
Bostancı, okay. Well, you said that you do volunteerism and community service. Can you tell me more about your work?
Yeah, for sure. So I've been really fortunate to grow up in an area that's full of a lot of Turkish Americans. And so I volunteer at a Turkish school, American Turkish Academy of Washington. I volunteered there since 6th grade and I work as a teacher assistant and I also help with I'm also the music director there. So I help our students there as like a choir director, and I played flute to accompany them when we perform at local events like Turkfest and our 23rd of April celebration for International Children's Friendship Festival. And I've always loved doing community service. I do community service in other organizations as well. Like during quarantine, I started giving flute lessons via Zoom to underprivileged kids in Texas. And I just really love giving to my community. I think it's really important to be able to help others who, I really just love working with kids. And I think, yeah, it's just really important to help them. And I really love helping them learn. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And it's so empowering to give people those skills, and also great ways to share the culture through music and food, I find.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you. And then my last question is for Sandro Garcia. You mentioned that you liked influencing people. I imagine that's lingo in your generation for social media influencing. Tell me if it's something different, but can you tell me more about that? How do you influence people, and what are some results, or what's something that you did that really influenced people?
So it's actually like really technical. It's not like any slang or anything. So I actually picked up this interest from my language arts teacher, and so I learned a lot about like fallacies and like stuff in debates. So uh, it's sort of like let's say you have like a large crowd of people. It's trying to have them understand your message. So I think that's like really important in like the career path that I'm choosing. So I think it's really important to like start learning about it and start picking up more things about it. So yeah.
Wow, so you literally meant influencing people. Well, it sounds like you might be a future politician or something someday, or a lawyer. But that's wonderful, and I think I think these were all really great examples of how Turkish American TV can help you all share these passions and these niches that you have specialized in and that you are interested in, and sharing that with others, and really spreading your message. So thank you so much. That was really really interesting.
Actually, to the okay, let me see if I can see the names. I guess it was Zayn and Noel. You guys are siblings, right?
Yeah, we are siblings.
Where are you guys from?
So we're from Pennsylvania, but our parents are from India.
Okay.
And my dad actually, so my dad introduced us to this program, and that's why we were interested in it as well.
So how did he find out, or what? Do you guys have a special interest in Turkey or Turkish culture?
He has a lot of Turkish friends.
What
And
is
he has a lot of Turkish friends, and he like helps a lot of Turkish people in our community. So he like wanted us to also get interested in that.
That's great. It's a great interaction between cultures. I love that. And did you find out new things or interesting things about Turkey and the Turkish culture? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I think we definitely did. We learned a lot about it, especially about like government. But yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, I think Q&A section is done here, right? Hurriyet, what will be the next part? Virtual social gathering?
I believe there is still time. We have another 10 to 15 minutes. So those who did not have a chance to speak, if you want to have an experience to be interviewed for a TV, go ahead and volunteer or raise your hand, or Özge and Courtney, if you can pick additional participants. This is, of course, a totally voluntary basis.
That's totally fine with me. I'll just ask my question, and please volunteer, please proactive. That's what I want you guys to do. I don't want to pick, but proactively join the conversation. So you guys, so the organizer of this program is ATADC, American Turkish Association of Washington, D.C. And there are lots of other Turkish American organizations in the United States. So can you tell us your relationship with ATADC or any other organization, and how did you find them? How would you evaluate their work here, right? Like online workshops or festivals? What do you know about, especially ATADC, of course?
Okay, I guess I can answer this. So when I was younger, I went to Atatürk Children's School for 3 years, which is kind of like the Turkish Children's School, run by ATADC board members, I think. And it was a great way for me to connect with other Turkish Americans and learn more Turkish and about my culture too. And ever since I stopped going a few years ago, I felt like there was always something missing from my life just because the connections I was able to form with other Turkish American students, it was something really valuable because we can relate to each other on another level. And for the past few years, like besides a few family friends, I didn't really get to meet anyone new. So the reason why I also wanted to get involved in this program was to kind of form connections with more Turkish Americans outside of DC too.
Perfect. And you were really, really so helpful for this program, Mina. Kudos to you. Anyone else?
Yeah, I can talk about, we have, so I'm from Colorado and we have an organization called TOSCO here. And so it's called Turkish American Cultural Society of Colorado. And so it's like, we have a very large Turkish American community here. And so I've been a part of it since I was like a little baby. Like I have many, like my parents are a part of it and we have so many friends that are a part of it and like people I've grown up with. And like just yesterday we did like a 29 Ekim celebration that was on Zoom, which was very interesting. And so yeah, that's just like what I've been a part of. And so I wanted to join this program because we also have an organization called Turkish American Youth of Colorado, which I'm also a part of. So I wanted to join this and like see what this program does because we're obviously very new. So I wanted to take away like stuff that I learned and like volunteering opportunities that I was like able to do from this program back to like the program back here in Colorado.
It's really great to hear from ambassadors from other states. So who else is coming from another state, not like Virginia? Zeynep, where are you from?
So I'm from a really small town in northeastern Connecticut. Similar to Sydney, there's not much diversity here. So I've always struggled since I moved here to find a group where I could fit in and talk about, talk about my culture, talk about generally not being from the States. And when my mom found me this group to join, I hopped on the train immediately. I thought it was the coolest thing because I've never been able to have other people to talk to about this. And I think so far it's been a really valuable experience for me and I'm learning so much.
I'm so glad. Welcome. I believe we had somebody from, I want to say Pennsylvania, maybe I'm mistaken, who are not from DC, Virginia, or not Maryland. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so as far as I remember, because we've interviewed once, was it Tuğba'cığım, please help me. Who we interviewed for the computer?
Alia, I believe.
Huh?
Alia, she's from Washington State.
I'm from Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay, now I remember. You're hiding your camera is off. That's why I
Oh, I can turn it on.
No pressure. But if
That's
you want.
I can turn it on.
Yeah. How is your experience with Turkish American organizations in your state?
I mean, my state's kind of been very fortunate enough so that we have like a big community, like Dila said earlier, Dila Bostancı. So yeah, we like grew up all together, and the official name of the Turkish community here is ATAWA, so American Turkish Association of Washington. So I think the most contact I've had with other organizations around America, because I think that was your original question.
Yes.
Was ATA DC, but I've also had contact with ORTA, which is the Oregon Turkish Association, through mainly just like the campaign that I started, like, as you know, One Child, One Computer. And they kind of helped us a lot, like getting word out there. And like they like also push our content to their own like communities. So that was really helpful. So yeah. And I mean, you guys did too, obviously, because you guys are in DC and you guys really helped us too. So yeah.
Great. Thank you, Alia.
Mhm.
So I wonder this, who wants to get involved in political science or study in political science? Okay, 1, 2, 3, good. Good, okay. Journalism? Smart, smart.
We're not inspiring any of you guys. I'm just kidding. And a few of you said international relations kind of falls under politics.
Yeah, that's kind of under political science. Yeah. I don't know if we should continue this or what do you?
I have a question. Sorry. So what do the just a few people that haven't really spoken yet? Palin, not to single you out, but I'm really curious. You were wanting to know more about Turkish culture, and I'm kind of curious, like, what your vision is. What do you want to do once you graduate, and what, why are you here?
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of people here don't like have the communities of Turkish people around them, but I feel like for me, I have lots of Turkish friends, especially at Quince Orchard High School. For example, Can, I know him. He goes to Quince Orchard High School as well. And I want to do engineering or be a doctor. So I'm more in the STEM field of it rather than the political side of it. But I just want to join and like get to know everyone and get to build these like relationships and have more Turkish American friends.
And how are you all finding this virtual space, right? This is a whole new way of kind of interacting, but in a way, if you don't live in the same town, it can make it easier. Are you all engaging after, and not just for you, anyone that wants to answer, are you all engaging after you leave? Are you still doing Zoom calls or phone calls, or like, how are you staying in touch with these new relationships you built? You emailing? Is that old school? Texting? Are you excited to have new relationships that you can build on with people from all over the country? Well, Damla, you haven't had a chance to speak yet in this little Q&A. You also wanted to meet more Turkish Americans. Can you tell us what that means to you and why it's important, and maybe, tell us what you've learned about, what you love about Turkish culture?
Yeah, sure. So I live in Arlington, where like pretty much the only Turkish people around are me, my sister, and like one other person maybe. And so honestly, it's kind of like, I know there are lots of Turkish people in DC, but like I don't really know any of them. Like no one else really goes to my school. So, and I've always felt like really connected to my Turkish culture because we go to Turkey every summer. But this summer we weren't able to, and I guess I kind of just felt like there was something like missing from not being able to go to Turkey this summer. And I think that's part of the reason why I want to do this. And like I think it'd be really nice to meet Turkish people in the United States who have had similar experiences to me, because I don't really know anyone like that right now.
That's excellent. Well, we're so excited to have you all on the team, and definitely looking forward to keep connecting all of you and everyone else that we interview and that we know in the Turkish community. So I'll let Tuba and Hurriyet take it back from here as we get ready for our next segment, which will be, I believe, a virtual meet and greet.
Before going there, please feel free to ask if you have any questions to us, also to TATV team.
you can interview us.
Yes.
Especially if you have any questions about, journalism, media, even their experiences, working at the TATV. I mean, I know Tuba. Tuba is not like a, journalism person, but she's an engineer and she's doing that, for instance. Sorry, Tuba, putting you on spot, but it must be a very, very different experience compared to what you're doing in your field. There are a lot of volunteers for TATV whose real job is not journalism. I mean, Hurriyet Bey, I know him from the World Bank. Now he's retired, but this is not his professional job per se. If you have any questions about how it is like to be part of, media and, an actual TV production team, feel free to go ahead and ask your questions.
I had a quick question. Oh,
yes,
go ahead.
So just put in the background that we are from diverse professions. Not all of us from the media, but sort of we are doing this voluntarily, but we are trying to do it professionally, quality-wise. Go ahead, please.
I had a quick question for Tuba. So you said that you're an engineer, right?
Yep.
So how was that like transition for you in studying and engineering and stuff? Because I know it's a very tough field.
Yeah, I'm an electrical engineer and I enjoy the field a lot. Usually, there's not a lot of females in the engineering field, which may be the downside, but what I learned, what I like a lot about engineering is you always learn new things. I'm very much on the technical side, and I like the aspect that the job never gets boring. You always, as long as you put the effort to learn new things, that's quite interesting. Do you have any idea what kind of engineering you want to go for?
Yeah, I think I want to do biomedical engineering so that I could go to med school after. So that's why I wanted to ask, like as a follow-up. So what made you like decide which field you want to be in, like electrical engineering?
Yep. Actually, I studied back in Turkey. So at the time, I didn't know a whole lot about electrical engineering. It was just kind of like a hot field. And I'm like, okay, I should go for this. And I was one of the lucky people. I enjoyed it a lot, like after starting to study engineering. So yeah, for electrical engineering, I'm more in the electronics part, in the wireless communications, signal processing, those kind of aspects. And I enjoy it a lot. I'm happy that, like even though I didn't know a whole lot before starting to study engineering, it is the right field for me. So
thank you.
Thanks.
And I'm a marketing manager in my other life, I call it, outside of TATV. My full-time job and my career is in marketing. I work at a hospital here. It has been quite an interesting year, having to shift messaging at the drop of a hat with the COVID and everything else, and having to really adjust what we're trying to put out in the market and try and help people feel safe to come back to the hospital. It's been a really challenging and interesting year, but I chose marketing because I like the communication side, and a lot of people that go communication segue over to marketing if they don't go into journalism. So is there anyone that wants to be in marketing or communications or public relations? We have other scientists. What about mathematicians or other doctors or lawyers? What do you got? You guys still kind of figuring it out, probably, a lot of you.
In the meantime, I actually invite all of you to volunteer for Turkish American TV.
Yes.
We can now, as you can see, work remotely, collaborate remotely. You can bring news from your own environment. You can bring some video or photography from your trips to cover your area of the country. So that would be awesome. We are open to work with you, teach you, maybe if you want to enhance some of your skills, whether it could be behind the camera, in front of the camera, you want to edit. We are delighted to work with you.
And if you did want to be in front of the camera, these are great, just on another note, great things to put on your resumes, especially for college and careers down the road. We call them transferable skills. So these are things that show that you're good at speaking, you would be good in meetings, you'd be good, in all the things in the business world too. You'd be able to kind of show those skills. We could help you with your resume building as well. So it's a great opportunity and it's really fun. It's a fun way to volunteer.
Yes, and I am watching the time. We have right now actually a new person joined, Merlin. Before I introduce him and he introduced himself, who is going to give you an overview of what we are going to do next as a virtual room gathering, I will ask Hande to say a few words, and then we can continue on a new topic.
I thank you, Hurriyet, for giving the floor. So this portion of the program is optional. So we will have this amazing virtual meeting. If you have any VR virtual reality cameras, probably that would be best. Without that, even you can join and see how is the future of the meeting. These virtual meetings would look like. Having said that, again, the reminders are please. We're hoping to see you completing your assignments. Third one is coming up, and the next meeting is this Tuesday with the Turkish Embassy at 6 p.m. Mina will be in touch with you about details. And thanks for joining. This is not the end, so we're going into the next segment, which is optional. Hurriyet Bey will explain more about how we do this virtual meeting portion. Thank you.
Thank you, Hande. Thank you. So actually, you may wonder, why we are doing this. Partially, we are doing this because this is one of our supported activity, the Teens Dream Video Contest and the Global Collab Network initiatives, which brings intergenerational groups, the teens and the grown-ups or adults together to think about the world problems and look for solutions. As part of that, every year there's an annual video contest called Teens Dream Video Contest. And I also want to invite you to create a short 2-minute video and submit by mid-January. We will share with you the details. And all you have to do is use your favorite device to record, and sometimes you don't even have to edit a lot except putting a couple of beginning and ending messages. And it has to be relevant to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 of them, starting from the hunger all the way to education and gender equality. And in between, there's also any topic that I think you would like to tackle as a team and become as an activist. Courtney touched upon a little bit at the very beginning that we are working with those change maker activist teams as well. So the next session will be a kind of an exhibition. You're going to go and talk socially. You can hear each other. You can talk to each other. You can have some screenshots as a memory, but you're going to be there as an avatar. Something represents you, some sort of a Lego type of figure. And the purpose of that visit is first to have fun. So you're going to be socializing and you can move around. Literally, you don't have to be like this matrix view, but you can walk around, move around using your keyboards. And if you're a gamer, you know what keys to use, and Merlin will explain to you. With that, I will ask Merlin to introduce himself and describe us this virtual world and how are we going to get around.
Sounds good, Hurriyet. Can you hear me fine? Can you hear me?
I do. Yes.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Merlin. I work with Teen Stream under Linda, who is partnered with TATV, and I put together this virtual reality reception for them a while ago, and I'm so excited to have everyone here. So for the most part, you do not have to have a VR headset to join the reception. You can join in on any web browser, even your phone. And you're going to move around in a few different ways. So if you're on your computer, you can use the WASD keys or Q and E to rotate and WASD to move. Or you can use your actual mouse to drag and your clicks to teleport. There's going to be a bunch of images displayed on the walls kind of about the Teen Stream collab and this the video contest that Hurriyet was just talking about. And there will also be a few little sub-rooms that you can join in, such as a cafe, a room actually featuring all the winners and some of the partners we work with. And you'll be able to find these as little images on the walls that you can click on a link to and actually join in. And I will be in the reception on two devices, kind of helping everyone out in the chat, just to let you know how to join and everything. But without further ado, I think we should all get in and have a fun time in VR. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be in both of those rooms, just kind of waiting out for any questions. And I'm also going to put the link here in the chat. But I hope to see you guys there soon.
So before we jump into this virtual world, I just wanted to highlight that the meeting continues there. And so make sure that make an effort to use your browser. Usually, I think Chrome or Firefox is the best on your computer and on your mobile device. See if there's a problem, you can switch from Safari to Firefox, Firefox to Chrome, also on the mobile device, because sometimes there's a glitch in one browser. So we gave ourselves a time until 6:45, but you can always come. You may not find anybody in the virtual room, but you can always bring friends and enjoy it. Have your own party. This is open 24/7. And maybe what I suggest is that, Merlin, give me a chance that I will start the session. Everybody sees what I'm doing, and then you do the same thing. And then we are going to quit Zoom and we will meet all over there. We will be able to speak like we are doing. As you get closer to a person, you're going to hear better. As you move far away from the person, you will not hear. So you can group in different parts of this place to chat. Before we go, any questions? Anybody is familiar with Mozilla Hubs? If not, that's going to be awesome experience. I'll see you there. So let me show you how we're going to jump into that area. I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second. In the meantime, I believe you got the email to how to set up your browser. If you can maybe review that in the meantime, that would be great. Mina sent it to you earlier today.
Yeah, then also Marilyn post a link on the chat box.
Okay, so that would be easiest way for you to try. So how about this? I'm gonna share my screen first of all, so that way everybody understands where I'm heading to. And I'm going to the Mozilla Hubs Global Collab. It loads several objects. Each object is actually a graphical representation of either an image or a 3D object. It takes a little bit of time, but the nice thing is that you don't have to download anything. And then you're gonna on the corner, wow, I see already lots of you there. So you may update your name. Like you can see, my name is Hurriyet Ok at TATV. Merlin has 2 computers, I bet, with one for moderation, one for participation. Your initial assigned random names, you can rename them. And I see Eren and Sandra already did that. So all you have to do is enter the room, enter the screen, enable your talk with your mic, and then join, and you are there. With that, I'm hanging up the Zoom, and I'll see you in the virtual reception.
Okay. Good night, guys. See you there. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Teşekkürler hepinize.
Bye.
Bye-bye.